So it's very hard for me to do. I gotta look at the page, look at the keys, catch myself making mistakes, revisit it, come back to it. But the reality is it's a training. It's a good thing to do, as well as art. I mean, I'll go back to the writing. It's the vocabulary involved, having to think out vocabulary, put sentences together, reread them, so that you know that if they make sense or not. Change them up, add or subtract, put more information out, take crappy information out or in, whatever I just said, probably reverse. The whole idea is that by the time it's done, you may have read it like 30 or 40 times. It might only be a 500-word document, but it took you 4 hours to write it, because it does not come easy. But the idea is to struggle through it. Again, engage that brain of yours with some trauma. A confusion is something your brain will thrive on. It'll try and sort it out. Confusion is although not a very cool thing to experience, it's a cool thing for your brain to clue into and try and sort its way through it. A challenging experience or emotion. So yeah, writing's cool, as that it is challenging for your creativity. And even if all you did was recite poems or past experiences or anything stupid, just whatever comes to mind, write it down. Again, engaging hands, visual, it all comes into play. It's something that you're training yourself to re-engage in, and it's a cool process to do. The same thing with art. Art, using your hand, wanting you to draw inside of lines, outside of lines, left, right, color, what colors, decisions you got to make, not based on any decision that you're worried someone else will make, a decision that you alone have to make, because it's your picture to create. So it's kind of cool how it kind of works its way through. You might find you hate it or you love it. And what do you hate about it? And what would you change about it if you had to do over again? Or can you start over again? Or you hate it entirely, throw it out, or add some new color in, add something in because you think something's missing. It's a cool thing. Your brain, then you're challenging your brain to accept whether it's finished or not finished based on your own checklist of what you think it should be or how it should look like when it is finished. Again, it's creative. It's a challenge. No one's standing over you. You can do it in the privacy of your home. It takes no expense, some paper, some pens, or crayons, or whatever you want to do, you use for medium. But to stay somewhat focused in it and enjoy it. And even if you don't enjoy it, do it anyways. Not everything you do in life is enjoyable, but they all have a lesson behind it. So don't spend 50 hours on it, but spend 10 minutes on it. You might be surprised. 10 minutes might later lead to 20 minutes or an hour or 5 hours or days, or you might find you don't even want to let the page go. Yeah, I've heard writers, why does a writer sit behind a screen and engage into writing a book that might take him, I don't know, let's say 100 or 200,000 words in a week, or it might take another writer 3 years to complete, because you're not always engaged in something you want to do. They'll revisit it and retry to re-examine where they left off, add in what they can, not the frame of mind or in the frame of mind, to continue. Again, all a challenge on the brain. So do things that are not fun. You don't like walking? Go walking. You don't like golfing and somebody invites you to go golfing? Go do it. Go fishing. Hate fishing? Yeah. Even if all you did was go out there and throw a line overboard with a weight on it without even baiting a hook, you're fishing. You don't want to catch anything? You don't have to. You can't even reel the reel? Who cares? It doesn't matter. But the experience of outside, water around you, salt air, all things that your brain wants or should experience to keep you from being totally depressed. You know, simple changes is all it takes. Open some windows. Open some blinds. Go outside, even if it's just outside your door. Sit down at your picnic table. Don't put your jacket on. Like, go outside and feel cold. Not a cool thing to feel, but instills that you can feel cold. And it might take you 3 hours to warm up, but not a cool experience to endeavor in. I mean, who wants to be cold? But hey, it's a reality check that, you know, cold is just another experience that people feel or can feel. So do things you like, do things you don't like, and keep an open mind if you can. Like, it's so easy for us to close our minds and wish for it all to be over. I mean, you know, I've been there. I still am at times. I hate my life at times. It sucks. I mean, I don't feel very good about it. What's there to feel good about? I mean, what? You think that we as people that are driven to this are able to get back on track and do things that seemed impossible and move our arms and get our legs moving and be creative and write books and tell the world a story that might be and might not be, and what your views are or opinions are and all that. You think that's all coming from a normal, healthy mind? No, it's like, man, you know, you think that being lonely is a good thing to feel? I mean, it's depressing, man. It's terrible. You know, we as handicapped people, there's a word for you, handicapped, like, yay, something I want to be. We experience shit all the time, you know. I mean, there's very few handicapped people I would attest that enjoy being handicapped. It sucks, and I'm even like in a way better off position than a lot of people I know that are. Hell, I think some of these people that I visit they're happier than I am. People in wheelchairs that, you know, with really badly beat up bodies, man, with, you know, their visions for future, like, huge. They're happy, like, happy as pie, man. And, you know, I can't even believe I sit before them sometimes and I look at them and I'm like, holy shit, man. Like, I wish I had your passion for life. Where does it all come from? People that are like, you know, got their hands all curled up and their arm cranked over into some weird position and can't even speak properly. They're weirdly toned and easily, you know, they're excitable. They look at life like nothing happened. Actually, probably look at life a lot happier than they did before all this stuff happened. It's just amazing. But on a different note, I would suggest that most of us are far from that. I mean, a lot of us hate life, man. We struggle through it. We're not capable of killing ourselves or doing anything weird. I mean, I don't want to kill myself. It's not that it's a sin or anything. I just don't have it in me. You know, there's many times out there I just can't believe I lived, and we always question why. Why did I survive that experience? Why would God do this to me?